What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. Well, we're going to go do the Los Alamitos Futurity here for this video. Grade 2 event at Los Alamitos, of course, on Saturday. You kind of saw the kind of smile or chuckle. It's a field of 5. Bob Baffert has 3 of them. 2 of the horses in the race are maidens. It's not really what you kind of have in mind for a Kentucky Derby prep race, but it is a Kentucky Derby prep race, so we are going to cover it. And so we'll do it kind of quickly here because there's just 5 runners. I'll put it up on the screen now for you, kind of a blown-up picture for you guys since there's only 5 horses in the race. So let's start at the rail. We'll go through 1 through 5. I'll go through them, and then I'll give you my win pick. Probably going to be pretty obvious, but we'll go through. The number 1 is Gaming. Gaming, of course, trained by Bob Baffert. Flavian Pratt back aboard. I think that's interesting. Flavian Pratt did not ride Gaming at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He was on Chancer McPatrick. He did ride Gaming when he won the Del Mar Futurity 2 races back. So it's nice to see Flavian back aboard here. I think this is kind of the jockey that they want on Gaming. Look, I've said it a billion times on this channel now. I feel like Gaming would have won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile if he had had a prep race around 2 turns. So if you remember, it was a sprint. A maiden was a sprint distance that he won. And then the Del Mar Futurity was stretching out to 7 furlongs, but still a 1-turn race. And then his first race around 2 turns came in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He still got second. I think he was just kind of missing that extra gear because it was the first time going 2 turns. You really start to improve the second, third, fourth, however many times you go 2 turns. So I expect him to run better than the Breeders' Cup Juvenile race. I expect him to run a big race here. He's way, way, way the horse to beat, in my opinion. The number 1 Gaming. I think he looks very, very tough in here. Number 2, also from the Bob Baffert barn, that's Mellencamp. He's coming off of, he's one of the maidens, by the way. He's coming off a 4th place effort at a maiden special weight on November 17th. He was also 2nd in a maiden special weight at Santa Anita on October 27th. In that, Del Mar was where the last one was there on November 17th. He just didn't look quite as good. I thought he would kind of maybe not win the race. I thought he would run better. He just didn't. He got beat by one of the horses that will be running in this race. Well, actually 2 of the horses that will be running in this race. So it's hard to like him. Also, Chimera, who I think is a pretty good jockey, but he's kind of the 3rd ranked jockey for Bob Baffert in this field behind Flavian Pratt. And the number 3, Juan Hernandez will ride the number 3 Getaway Car. So Juan Hernandez kind of the 2nd jockey, usually 1st jockey when Flavian's not in town for Bob Baffert out here in Southern California. And so Getaway Car does obviously have wins, broke the maiden on debut, then won the Best Pal Stakes, was 4th in the Del Mar Futurity 2 Gaming, then went to the American Pharoah, was 2nd, and listen, got beat by Citizen Bull, obviously a horse that went on to the next race to win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Speaking of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, Getaway Car was 4th in that race. So, nice line there for him. When he's losing to pretty good horses. I think he's going to try to go out and set the pace. I think he's kind of the target for Gaming. I would be careful just quickly dismissing Getaway Car. Let's remember, this is a field of 5. I almost suspect the 2 Mellencamp might scratch. We'll see. I don't know if Baffert's going to run all 3. That would make it a field of 4. Getaway Car loose on the lead at Los Al. Crazier things have happened. I would not dismiss him all that quickly. I think Gaming is a better horse than Getaway Car. I want to be clear on that. But the pace advantage for Getaway Car could be something there. I think he's kind of a little bit dangerous in this spot for me. A lot of class for him as well. Gaming and Getaway Car, clearly the class of the field. Not hard to do, right? 2 maidens, and then the horse to the outside we'll talk about last is a maiden special weight winner only. So let's go to number 4, though. Let's go to Rank. This horse has had 5 starts, has been 2nd 3 times, and then a 4th and a 6th. The 6th came against Grade 1 Company in the Del Mar Futurity. He's shown ability. He just has ran into some pretty good horses, including 2nd last time out at Del Mar in a maiden special weight, 2nd at Santa Anita in a maiden special weight. He's just ran up against some good ones, guys, and that's kind of what happens. He's saw Gaming before, and twice he's had to face him. He faced him at Del Mar Futurity. He faced him in the maiden special weight back in August as well at Del Mar. So he hasn't really been a match for him. I don't know how he's going to be a match for him here. I don't know how he turns the tables. I don't think this is a bad horse. I think eventually we'll see this horse win. We might see him win a stake somewhere down the road. We'll kind of see. But yeah, I don't think he's bad. I'm not sure this is the correct spot for Rank to get that first win today. And then finally, the number 5 is Journalism, and Journalism comes in off of a victory last time out, November 17th at Del Mar in a maiden special weight. We talked about it. He beat Rank and he beat Mellencamp in those races, or in that race. On debut, Journalism actually lost to Mellencamp at Santa Anita. He was third. Mellencamp was second. So not a great debut, but the last race was pretty solid at Del Mar. I thought Journalism really ran a solid race. It just kind of, to me, got out of the gate a little smoother in that race. Not even so much getting out of the gate, just kind of got his feet under him a little sooner in that race, looked more comfortable, kind of gallops away from him there, wins by 2.5 lengths. So really nice victory. And like I said, beat Rank and Mellencamp, horses that are still maidens, but aren't horrible maidens. That's for sure. Probably going to get that maiden broke at some point. So Journalism, if you don't want to bet Bob Baffert in this one, Journalism is kind of the one that people are going to logically think, hey, he's going to be pretty decent in this race. That last race was at 1 mile. Now we're at 1 mile and a 16th. So it makes sense that he got better going 1 mile. This horse is by Curlin. Obviously, you think distance out of an Uncle Momer. So distance seems to be the friend of this horse. So 1 mile and 16th shouldn't bother him either. He's won, win or lose on Saturday. I would certainly not get too down on him one way or the other. We want to see him run well. We want to see him, look like a horse that might be one that we can, count on to be pretty decent down the road. He may not win. That may not be a spot Saturday, but he's bred to be pretty good. He ran pretty good last time out. He's your upsetter if you want to go against the Bob Baffert runners. All right, well, there's your field of 5. Like I said, a little bit of a quicker preview because what are you going to talk about? Trying to stretch it now, just adding words. But I'm going to go with number 1 Gaming on top. And, that shouldn't really surprise anybody. I may, try to get Journalism in second, just go the cold exacta Gaming over Journalism, try to beat the other 2 Baffert horses. I think those are the 2 best horses in the race. Like I mentioned early, Getaway Car might have the best trip out of all of them. But, I still am skeptical that he can hold on and hold off a really good horse going 2 turns. So Gaming on top for me, probably going to be a single for me. I've been way too high on Gaming from the very first race, before he even debuted till all the way really through the Breeders' Cup. There's no way I'm going to pick against Gaming in a field of 5 here at Los Al. I really like the horse. I think he's got a huge future. You look at the pedigree, I think as they go longer, he's going to be okay. You just got to get that under his belt a little bit. So number 1 Gaming on top for me in the Los Alamitos Futurity. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. I promise this will be well, I shouldn't say for sure this will be the shortest Kentucky Derby prep field, because California is kind of known for that, but I hope this is the shortest one we cover all year. Not great, but we'll see if we see a star performance or a breakout performance, something like that. Even though the field's short, sometimes you do see those. So, all right, guys, thanks everybody for watching this video. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're betting Los Alamitos on Saturday.